My friend Catherine came over with her son Ian for a play date and to teach me how to make wontons.
We do. Okay. First thing I like to do is cut all the vegetables right here into little tiny pieces. We want some texture, but we want it very, very little.
So basically, when making wontons, you want all your ingredients to be chopped very finely, and that's what goes inside the wonton. I just got a wok and I love it, but you have to season it first, so look at my website for instructions. Heat vegetable oil, and I like adding a little sesame oil for flavor. The first thing to go into the pan is usually onions and whatever chilies or seasoning you're using.
And that is the sound we want. If that sound didn't come, it's not hot enough.
We used a Cuisinart to chop everything, and this was the first time Catherine had ever done this. She couldn't believe how efficient it was. Cutting this many vegetables could take hours. We also added mushrooms and fresh Napa cabbage. Instead of using pork or chicken, we used baked tofu for the wontons.
So you ready? This is how much I add.
And while everything cooked in the wok, I made a soup broth. Normally you could use a chicken broth or canned vegetable stock, but we had all these beautiful leftovers, so I decided to make the stock out of that. Just simmer the vegetables with some soy sauce.
Coming out. You see that? So we want to make sure that that all goes away. We do not want that at the end before you put it in the skin because it'll make mush.
Add a couple handfuls of fresh coriander, also known as cilantro, at the end. Stir that in, and then place everything in a large bowl to cool slightly before filling the wontons. Strain the broth with a fine sieve into a bowl, and then pour that back into the pan. Line a cookie sheet with wax paper or foil. You can find wonton wrappers in most supermarkets.
Put it in the palm of your hand, and a spoon like this is perfect because it's about how much you want. In a wonton like this, fill. You have to kind of judge, and as you go, you will realize if you have too much, you won't be able to wrap it. So then what you want to do is you want to dip your finger into the water, and then you fold it into a triangle, and you squish it down like this so that it seals, and then you dip one of the corners again, bring the bottom of the other one, and you put it on top.
So Catherine and I assembled all the wontons, and whatever we didn't eat today we could freeze for later. Make sure there are no holes.
So all you do is you squeeze it back in. See, now the crack is gone.
Place wontons one by one in gently boiling broth. I forgot to tell you, I added a little ginger to the broth, which made it delicious.
Put this back on. When it boils, it's done.
Serve wontons in a soup bowl and add a few leaves of cilantro on top.
Is that?
How is it?
Hi-ya!